this video, I'll be looking at how to finish off when incorporating a Matwell into the floor. A majority of the manufacturers actually recommend the use of a walk-off zone to prevent against any potential damage to the floor covering and to protect against any health and safety risks. Whatever you're installing, Steroids will have a product that will provide a functional solution and produce a luxurious finish that will last for years to come. Steroids manufacture a wide selection of floor covering finishes, available in both brass and aluminium base plates. The brass products are available in 10 colours and they come in 0.9, 1.8 and 2.7 metre lengths, and the aluminium range, I'll be using the end profile in this video, is available in 4 colours and lengths of 1.8 metres. A point to remember is in all our videos we're focusing on the profiles themselves, so if you do need to incorporate an installation gap into your floor, always check with manufacturer and industry standards for their recommended sizes. All our products will be covered by their own more in-depth installation videos, but for more information on this, visit the Steroids website or follow us on one of our various social media platforms. If you want to create a Matwell when installing stretch fit carpet, then the square edge is a brilliant product to actually accomplish this. It's manufactured from solid brass and available in all 10 colours, comes in lengths of 0.9, 1.8 and 2.7 metres. When installing the square edge, you must make sure that you raise the base. Raising the base makes sure that the anchoring pins penetrate the backing of the carpet correctly. To raise the base, we actually use the Steroids Easy Wedge system. It's a chamfer piece of rubber set at 3mm one side, coming down to a feather edge. The bar is actually got a 1mm base plate on it, so once I place one underneath, that will raise up 4mm. Once the bar's been installed correctly, I'm just doing this for demo purposes. I can now put the underlay into place, and you'll see that the base of the bar now is almost in line with the underlay itself. Once the carpet gets installed, that'll compress down and it'll give it a nice even transition through. If you didn't raise the base, then these back pins wouldn't actually penetrate the carpet itself. Once it's raised up, you get the carpet installed. Now the square edge, if you see on the end profile, this isn't actually set square on the top. These bars are designed to be dressed down, which basically means taking a block of wood with a bit of fabric attached and just gently tapping the wood until this part goes flat. That will clamp the carpet down on top of the pins and prevent against any excessive movement of the bar itself. Once the carpet's been installed to industry standards, you can now get the matting fitted, bringing it up to the bar itself. You can see there the matting's actually slightly higher. This has been designed specifically to sit a little bit below, so as the matting starts to compress, it's not going to sit proud, and it also protects the bar from any excessive scratching. The LVT square cap is designed for LVTs from 2.5 up to 5mm. Now it's got a 7mm top on it. If you fit in 2.5mm dry back, then you can adhere it fully and it's not going to expand or contract. But if you are doing a click system, 4.5, 5mm, then you've got enough room underneath to allow for an expansion gap. This bar gets mechanically fixed. You can glue it and screw it if you want, and you need to raise it up to the thickness of your plywood. Now I've got a 5.5mm plywood this side, and I've just used a piece of MDF to raise it up to the height. Once you've got the bar installed, you probably want to feather the join in, just so it doesn't mirror through to the floor covering once it's been installed. Once the flooring's been installed, you can now get the matting in position. So you can just see there, just using a bit of ribbed matting, sits a little bit below, gives it a nice discreet look to the finish, but it also protects the cut edge. If I wanted to use some coir matting as well, then the coir matting, being a thicker product, will sit slightly above the bar. Now this provides the bar some protection. Coir will actually start to flatten down within time, and it does blend in quite nicely. The dividers from Steroids are a universal product really. Now they're manufactured from brass and available in all 10 colours and come in lengths of 0.9, 1.8 and 2.7 metres. This is the only product that you can actually form sort of S-curves and semicircles, whichever, if you wanted to put a bespoke appearance into that floor itself. They come in heights from 2 to 23mm, so you can utilise them with LVTs all the way up to thicker carpets. Comes mechanically fixed, and the base plate is about 1mm, so always take that into account when you're going to be putting gripper on top. Install the gripper as per industry standards. I'm just using a bit of double-sided tape for demo purposes on this one. get it into position, and then you can get the underlay down as well. Gripper being 6.5, 7mm thick, and the base plate at 1mm is brought out about 8mm, keeping it in line with the underlay itself. Once the matting gets installed, you can see that it's a very, very subtle, discreet bar going in. Protects the edge of the carpet, allows it to be stretch fitted without any raw edges. At the perfect height, sitting just below the carpet and the mat itself, so there's going to be no damage or footfall onto the bar. This product will be covered in a more in-depth video where we will be bending it and making some quite sort of fancy floors with it. If you're installing an LVT floor and you need to incorporate a Matwell into it, you need to finish off your raw edge around the perimeter of the recess. Now, steroids actually do have the lips range. So the lips are just an angle edge really, made of solid brass, available in all 10 colours and come in lengths of 0.9, 1.8 and 2.7 metres. The little lip has got a 4mm drop down. So what it does, it covers over your raw edge and it gives it a nice finish. The matting's sitting at 8mm on this one, so it's sitting slightly proud, but the adhesive tape on the underside is very high grab tape and it's resistant to heat and moisture. If you wanted to put a coir mat up to it, the coir mat will sit slightly higher than the bar itself, and that can actually protect against any footfall on top of the bar with possible scratching or damage to the product itself. But again, it is a brass product, so it's very, very durable. As LVT's a design floor, you can actually incorporate designs into the finishing as well. Now, this is thinking outside the box. This product is the end profile, which is for expansion gaps around the perimeter of the room. But I can use it to create a Matwell edge as well, just by taking the tape off the rear and putting some tape on the underside. You've got a 1mm, 3mm and a 5mm recess. I've just put a 10mm feature strip into the recess, giving it a slightly different appearance. If you wanted to create quite a bespoke design, so just by placing 3 feature strips in, you can actually create a bit of a design. But the reason I've done this one is I'm going to take this feature strip out, and as a colour comparison I'm going to turn it over. Obviously don't do this with the products themselves, just go with 2 different colours. And that'll create a triple tram line then, just with the black and the black. Once the matting comes up to it, it can really give it a special appearance. The Alien profile is available in 4 colours and comes in lengths of 1.8s. In certain properties I've worked in the past, especially the Georgian and Victorian properties, the Matwell is actually sunk into the floor itself. So if we're putting an LVT down and we bring a matting into play, then the little lip, although it gives it a nice finish on the surface, as you look from the side you can still see the bare wood. In the lip range you've got the little lip, the big lip and the wide lip. Now with this installation, if I use the lip, which has got a 14mm top and a 14mm drop down, once you've got the lip in position, I could just bring the mat up to it now, and as you can see there, it's just meeting up to the underside of that lip, taking away the appearance of the wood underneath, giving it a nice finish. And again, it's a solid brass bar, available in all 10 colours, comes in lengths of 0.9, 1.8 2.7 metres, and it comes with a pre-attached adhesive tape on the underside. An alternative way of creating a Matwell edge is if you're installing LVTs on a plywood and you're incorporating either an 8mm or a 17mm matting into it, then you can go with the non-floating Matwell. Again, it's a brass product, available in all 10 colours and comes in lengths of 0.9, 1.8 2.7 metres, and it has a high grab double-sided tape on the underside. This tape is resistant to heat and moisture. Just make sure you degrease and decontaminate the surface you're sticking to. I'll just get the matting installed. And then you can see there we've got quite a substantial height difference. But the Matwell edge has got a chamfer on it, and that comes into play, creating a nice drop down. If you're installing a floating floor, then you need to make sure you allow for an expansion gap between your Matwell edge and the floor covering itself. Stair rods do actually do the floating Matwell edge. This product It's designed to sit on top. You've got a 6mm gap from the base of your bar down to the subfloor, and you've got a back plate there just to allow you to fix it to the substrate. The floating mat well is available in 8 and 13mm drops this side, just to allow for different mattings to go in there. And you've got two different sizes for your expansion gaps. You've got an 11mm and you've got a 23mm. All depends on what you're actually installing. The floating mat well edge will actually accommodate heights from 6mm up to 23mm. If I'm working with a thicker product, what I need to do is raise my mat well with a bit of plywood or a bit of smoothing compound, anything really, to accommodate the difference in the height from the base plate down to the subfloor. To fix the bars, you need to be using a non-expanding cartridge adhesive and let it set. This is a brass product available in all 10 finishes and comes in lengths of 0.9, 1.8 and 2.7 metres. Once the bar's installed, you can then fit your matting in, and again it's designed to sit a little bit below the height of the matting to protect the bar itself. It is solid brass and it is very durable, but you don't want any unnecessary scratches on top. This allows the floor to expand and contract without any restrictions on the floor covering itself.